The police state ends with me, and we've made it one more day. In a previous video, it was explained how I had a 1-hour phone meeting with a city council member after being contacted by this person who had read on Facebook about this entire ordeal with the Bartlesville police and such. This person is actually the city council member I would have been running against had I been able to continue running for city council. After that 1-hour phone meeting, I received no follow-up whatsoever. So I wrote a letter of complaint to the entire Bartlesville City Council. First, some quick facts about the Bartlesville City Council. The Bartlesville City Council is comprised of 5 elected council members, 1 from each of 5 wards in Bartlesville. The council then votes between themselves to decide who is the mayor. So the mayor is also a city council member. Bartlesville City Council hires the city manager, who in turn hires the chief of police, and through this reporting relationship oversees and is responsible for the Bartlesville Police Department and its treatment of the citizens of Bartlesville. Now, please remember, I also filed complaints directly with the Bartlesville Police Department, FBI, and many others. I'll read the letter that I sent to the Bartlesville City Council. I'll read that now. Bartlesville City Council members, I'm calling for an immediate investigation of the Bartlesville Police Department, BPD. Not an internal BPD investigation where a month or 2 goes by and then findings are returned showing no wrongdoing, but an external investigation that will actually look at the facts and what has occurred and make improvements to ensure nothing like this happens again. The BPD has actively, knowingly, and intentionally, working with the leadership of Jane Phillips Medical Center, been involved in the framing of an innocent person. The BPD has purposely withheld information and outright misrepresented information to obtain a search warrant to tear my house apart. I've not been arrested, but for months now the BPD has been terrorizing me at my own home. For months, the Bartlesville Police Department has been trespassing on private property, damaging property, and stealing property from my residence. I caught them stealing from me on security camera video, and just hours later they seized that video and tore my house apart. The BPD illegally used my valid Equal Employment Opportunity Commission complaint against Jane Phillips Medical Center leadership as a purpose for a search warrant, including apparently knowingly utilizing false information from the very person that harassed me. The BPD is fully aware that their actions and use of my valid and legal EEOC complaint is both untruthful and illegal. The BPD is also aware that they have withheld and outright misrepresented other information. The Bartlesville Police Department acted so beyond their police role as to actually tell me to get a job. They were excessively aggressive, accusatory, and seemed to be doing anything possible to escalate the situation in an attempt to make an arrest. When the police are going about telling innocent people to get a job, then the state is acting so beyond its role in a free society, it is outrageous. I'm aware the Bartlesville City Council is in possession of a great deal of information on this matter and have ample reasons to question the actions of BPD and Jane Phillips Medical Center leadership. This framing and these corrupt actions must stop immediately. I cannot stress this strongly enough. It must stop immediately. From Mark Aldridge. And then I added my contact information, and I also carbon copied the FBI, the EEOC, Ascension Health Board of Directors, St. John's Health System Board of Directors, Jane Phillips Medical Center Board of Directors, and the media, any and all sources of media. Now, that's the end of the letter. Just 5 hours later, after sending that letter, via email, that you can get online, the direct emails to the council members from the city. Just 5 hours later, I received a reply from the mayor of Bartlesville, who he's also one of the 5 city council members. So just 5 hours later, I received a reply from the mayor of Bartlesville stating, quote, "Thank you for the note that provides many statements but little facts. I have asked that this be investigated as is appropriate. To expedite the process, please provide any dates and substantiating information that you can provide related to the accusations below." I replied back, that's the end of his quote, I replied back that I previously forwarded the information to my city council member and had a 1-hour meeting about it. And I was concerned about such a quick response from him making a decision that my statements contain little facts even before the investigation has begun. Of course, my concern was obviously he's telling what the end of the investigation was going to be when he already believes that there's little facts in my statements. I mean, that seems rather obvious. This letter that I sent to the Bartlesville City Council was sent in April of 2015. And please remember, the Bartlesville police tore my house apart and stole my thousands of dollars of my property and more on March the 6th, 2015. So, and to date, as of August the 27th, I've received no reply or word from anyone about it at all. Seems the investigation has just been swept under the rug, just as it was with the FBI and the EEOC and the Bartlesville Police Department and an official complaint about theft on my property, all of it, and more. I'm not naive enough to think they are going to be forthright and admit to wrongdoing and commit to improve, both with me and not doing this to anyone else again. Now, I'm going to break in just for a second here and say, it can't just be saying, we won't do, okay, yeah, you went through it, sorry about that, we just won't do it to you again, Mark. That ain't good enough. You know, I'm not sitting up here making these videos and putting my life at risk just for them to walk away and go, well, we'll leave you alone now. No. There needs to be commitment that they won't do this to another citizen of Bartlesville. They need to put things in place to stop this. This should not go on. And the problem is because it went through the DA and the judge, this is big. There needs to be somebody that's in power in this county, in this city, somebody with authority who stands up and says, you know, no more. This can't happen anymore either. We're going to do, you know, an impartial investigation. We're going to do education. We're going to stop this. This is not going to happen again. And they need to have a way for when it does happen for people to report it. And I don't care about doing things anonymously because here I am, but other people should have the ability to report things anonymously, not be so scared that they're going to get what happened to me when you report things right out. You know, if they're going around town, which they are, you know, people are telling me, but of course they don't want to come forward because they're scared. But they're going around town doing this. They're going around the county doing this. They don't care about civil rights. I mean, they'll just walk up on anybody. Everyone that they don't like and want to go to jail is a stop and frisk. They'll just say, oh, he looked like he was on drugs, or I smelled pot, or they'll just make up anything. Everyone is a stop and frisk that they don't like. You know, they're not going around to every single person and doing it. No, they wouldn't do it to somebody they liked, a powerful person or a high-ranking official or something. They're going to do it to people they don't like. People they think they can get over with. People like me. People that they can squash. If they can. You know, like I said, that's why I think that it's going to end up with the Bartlesville police killing me. Because I ain't going to be quiet about it. Again, I'm not naive enough to think that they're going to be forthright and fix this. But the complaint letter was still a necessary step that had to be taken in order to make an honest and straightforward attempt to remedy this matter. I can't just, you know, in my opinion, I don't think it's appropriate for me just to say, you know, get on YouTube and make some videos if I haven't actually made a direct and appropriate complaint to the authorities to try to get this improved. And that letter was the highest level I could go to in the city of Bartlesville. And they've shown they're not going to do anything. They're not even going to address it. Not even going to do anything. And so a person's last resort is to take it to the streets, you know. And so I believe when I wrote this letter and sent it back in April of 2015 that it was an appropriate, necessary step in order to make an honest and straightforward attempt to remedy this matter. Didn't work. So now here we are, and the police state ends with me. And with that said, I'll see you tomorrow.